What's everyone saying? It's your boy Someone Explores back again. I'm here today once again in Glasgow. I'm outside West Street Station here on the Glasgow subway. And I want to have a bit of an explore, a bit of a look at the Crossrail that might come to Glasgow. Let's go have a walk around. I'll tell you what's the chat and we'll have a look at what this Crossrail Glasgow Crossrail Glasgow version of the Elizabeth line would look like.
Everybody's heard of the beauty that is Crossrail, the Elizabeth line down in London. But did you know that plans had also been drawn for a cheeky Crossrail, Glasgow's version? The plan had been to create a link across the River Clyde that connected the south and west of Glasgow to the north and east of Glasgow, avoiding Central and Queen Street stations via a cheeky piece of disused railway, the City Union Line. Now there's only limited information out there surrounding the Crossrail, Glasgow's version, but there's also one thing that is for sure. It be delayed. Why is that so? Well, I need to get my 10k daily steps, so let's have a wander and discover more about the proposed route. Here at West Street, the southern end of Crossrail, Glasgow's version, the line would branch off from the lines heading out west down to Paisley, the Clyde Coast, Ayrshire and Dumfries. It would head north, cross the river and connect to the North Clyde line heading out to Coat Bridge, Livingston and Edinburgh. 3 stations would be built at West Street, the Gorbals and Glasgow Cross. The need for extra capacity across the city has been recognised for ages, and a feasibility report commissioned by the SPT, which was completed in 2005, estimated a cost of 115 to 187 million pounds. To this day, not a single brick has been laid. Well, let's have a look and see where this reopened line would have headed to. The area around West Street is very barren and industrial, hidden under the M74 motorway, but I definitely feel that if there was a railway station here, it would stimulate a wide range of development. This is also with it being quite a handy link for the nearby Barclays campus on the riverside. The proposed line would then head across the West Coast Main Line, home of your Avantis, to brilliant places like Stoke-on-Trent, Wolverhampton, Wigan Northwestern and Watford Junction. As you can notice, the former City Union Line is not electrified. Having been in regular service from 1870, the through route gradually eroded, with the numerous stations along the route having closed by the 1920s. There's still a lot of history nestled along the railway line, which I think is best to discover. Many stakeholders have pushed for the reopening of the line, including politicians, campaign groups, and questionable fellas like me. Over time, there have been plans and pledges, feasibility reports, petitions, all put forward. However, no commitment to funding by Transport Scotland has ever been confirmed. There have been a number of transport projects across Glasgow that have been pushed back, scaled down, or even just outright cancelled, including the former Glasgow Airport rail link in 2009, which together with this line would have allowed for a rail link from Glasgow Airport out to places like Easterhouse, Drumgelach, Livingston, Bathgate. Well, it doesn't sound as fancy as other places, but you get what I mean. It would have been useful. The common denominator in all these non-existent transport links is money. There's no money, apparently. Essentially, if the government believes that the numbers don't match up, the benefit isn't worth the amount spent, then the money isn't going to get dished out, even with all the perceived benefits that may come from said infrastructure project. Wouldn't the proposed benefits of the project be worth the money? You know, it would increase cross-city rail capacity in Glasgow, reintroduce rail services to places without rail service, create new routes, options and journeys, for example, making it easier to travel from the southwest of Glasgow to the north and west of Glasgow, and most importantly, it would reduce reliance on cars into the city centre, which is a big issue. Let us know in the comments of any other positives that you think would come from a project like this. Here's the site of former Cumberland Street Station. The station building has still got its charm about it and was built as a replacement for Main Street Gorbals across the road. Here is where the former line down south would have linked with the City Union line and headed into Glasgow St Enoch station. Check out my video here. The former Gorbal station was sited here, and it seems like there's been some work going on around here. If you're an alcoholic connoisseur from London like I, you might know of the Bermondsey Beer Mile, which is Exhibit A of how you can use disused railway arches to spruce up an area with new shops, restaurants, and bars. Something like this would definitely help revitalise the area in my opinion. The new Gorbal station would be located around here, and honestly I think it would be a success as a railway station. The area is severely underserved by the railway, even though Bridge Street subway is not too far, and Central Station is about a 15-20 minute walk. To my surprise, a lot of work has been done here with new residential developments nearing completion, improvements being made to bus priority, and the addition of active travel infrastructure to help boost local connectivity, which I am very pleased to see. Adding a railway station to this burgeoning piece of urbanism would help promote the Gorbals as the place to be, which is a bit of a contrast to what you would have said about the place 10-15 years ago.
I'm literally walking down here in the Gorbals in disbelief, yeah. The last time I was here, which was probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago, all of this was just a building site. All of this and what you've just seen down there, none of that was there. And it's like a whole new community's been built. Got a new theatre, you got buses. This is mad, you know? Wow, this is impressive. I feel the density. I feel
Like the rational people we are, we can't chat about the positives without regarding some of the drawbacks of pushing ahead with a project like this. As seen from this FY response letter found online from 2011, there are a number of considerations having to be made before Crossrail, Glasgow's version, would be allowed to be built. And this includes the fact that Crossrail services would be more expensive to run, noting that loads would be lighter on trains avoiding central stations, reducing its financial viability. Existing services, unless more money is found to increase service levels, would be diverted away from Glasgow Central, which would disadvantage numerous passengers which would have used these now diverted services to head into Glasgow Central, to get to work, to get to school, to get to a night out at Cat House, or to see Tin Bin Man's Techno Cats performing outside St Enoch Station. And probably this third one is the biggest challenge. It's the fact that the existing line, which is only used for the odd non-passenger movement, has a line speed of 15 miles an hour. Raising the speed up to 40 or 50 miles an hour would be very expensive, seeing as the line is raised and located on viaducts. Oh, don't even get me started on the whole thing about electrifying the line. That's another conversation. Oof. The line now heads up north towards the River Clyde. Minding all of that, as we cross the river here on Victoria Bridge, we look over to the City Union Bridge, which would have been traversed by many a train heading into the former St Enoch station. This includes services from London to St Pancras, which would have travelled via the Settle Carlisle line to reach Glasgow. The bridge is Category B listed and is a marvellous piece of infrastructure that deserves to be utilised once again. Crossing the river, the line would pass above the best shawarma place in the city, Shawarma King. But we're taking a detour here. The food is absolutely amazing here, and it's worth waiting in the queue, even in the rain or snow, even in the blistering heat you get once a year. Honestly, it's amazing. To the west, on the site of the King Street car park, the railway would have headed into St Enoch Station. The land is laid vacant for decades and is to be developed into a massive mixed-use development incorporating homes, shops and varying businesses. Down the road and around the corner from Glasgow Cross, we would hit the location of the former Gallowgate railway station. As part of Crossrail, Glasgow's version, there would be a new station here called Glasgow Cross, which would take the name of the former station on the Argyle line, which was replaced by nearby Argyle Street in 1979. A station here would help link the original centre of Glasgow, check out my video here, with new parts of the city, taking pressure off the surrounding road network, and making it easier for folk from the West End to engage with their hipster self at the Barrows Market and meet their future bibs at Barrowland Ballroom like the grandparents used to do back in the day. From here, the line connects onto the North Clyde line at Belgrove. I thought, just for the fun of it, let me see how long it would take for me to do the journey I have just made, covering the line using the train. I thought it'd be smart to head to Dumbreck, the closest railway station to the southern end of Crossrail, Glasgow's version, and see how easy it'd be. In my opinion, I think any infrastructure project that makes journeys easier, faster, and more accessible whilst reducing the reliance on cars should be supported. Yes, this Crossrail would not be as grand and as majestic as London's Crossrail, but it would for sure be much cheaper and have strong support for it compared to many other projects. The railway is there. It needs upgrading, electrified, stations built, trains on it, and boom. Well, easier said than done. Glasgow's public transport system is very commuter orientated, as seen by the spine of the bus and the railway network. And a common thing with transport projects across the UK is that if it doesn't cater to the commuters and the money folk, then there's just not going to be any commitment to it. Just look at how the last government dealt with HS2. An integrated railway system that makes the most of its cross-city links, like what is envisioned here in this map by designer Angus Doyle, would help boost Glasgow's economy, support growth and opportunities, and get people begging for Transport Scotland to bring back the airport rail link. Lads, it costs me less to get to Edinburgh Airport from Glasgow than it does for me to get to Glasgow Airport. Please give us a cheap train. Please, I'm begging, please.
Right folks, I'm in George Square. I've just left Glasgow Queen Street. I was gonna get the 398 bus because I can use it with my ticket, but the next one's in 8 minutes and I can walk down to Central in less than 8 minutes. Outside Cottam House, big up Cottam House, come on, big up Cottam House. The best spoons in the city. I'm gonna walk down to Central Station and get on this next train. Right lads, as it always happens, it's gone wrong. It's gone tits up. There's no trains out to Dumbreck, I don't even think for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's a Sunday, yeah, I know, but literally, most of the trains up on that board are cancelled. So I paid £1.90 for my ticket. I'm gonna be petty and get my like 20-30 pence of delay repay back. Even the trains to like Cardonald or Hillington East down to Paisley, the next one's in an hour. I'm not gonna stay out here for an hour. I am gonna head to Popeyes and get myself a chicken burger. The first one in Glasgow City Centre has opened like 2 days ago. Nevertheless, if you like the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Check out the Patreon and the Ko-fi in the link below. If you want to see me come up to Glasgow and do some more videos whilst I can, tell us in the comments. I love coming up here doing these videos for you because there's a lot that I never got to touch on. It's been your boy Someone Explores. I'm gonna get some chicken burgers and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Catch you in a bit. See you in a bit. Woo. Bye. Suey.